Hello everybody, welcome to ShibaTv News from the United States. My name is Abel Ortiz, and here we have ShibWriteHer. Pardon, her voice is a little bit off today. She's actually been sick. But we have a really good show. We're going to be discussing John Richmond, ShibEternity, and a few other little surprises. In fact, we also have instructions as to how to play the new ShibEternity game. Very exciting. So that will be at the end because it's about 16 minutes long, and it is basically an instruction manual as to how to play ShibEternity. So the one thing that I would like to start with is actually her story, Shiba's Leash.
Thank you for visiting our channel. If this is your first time here and would like to support our work, kindly hit the like and subscribe button. My name is Abel, and the story we're about to read is titled Shiba's Leash, written by Christina Tello, aka ShibWriteHer. United, the Shib army continues to build, every single one of them very strong-willed. Clink, clink, clank, clank, drum, buzz, whack. These are the sounds of the Shib army breaking their backs. Working hard to build Shiba's rocket, the sound of their work is too loud for the neighbors to block it. Annoyed by the sounds of the Shib army's work, a neighbor named Fudd turned into a jerk. I can't stand all of this noise. Yelling and complaining for them to stop, hoping and praying that they would close up shop. Stop! 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 Clink, clink, clank, clank, drum, buzz, whack. The Shib army wasn't ready to hit the sack. Fudd didn't stop complaining. Shiba even went out and tried explaining. Sheesh, can someone go get my leash? Fudd needs to calm down. He looks like a clown. Stop or else. Shiba put the leash on Fudd. He waited a moment, then asked, "Are you okay, bud?" Fudd had no choice but to settle down. He listened to Shiba as he gave him the rundown. It didn't take long for Fudd to start swaying. He was listening to all that Shiba was saying. A compromise was made, and they both shook hands. Fudd no longer complained and became a Shiba fan. Thank you for watching our video. If you found this video entertaining, a simple like and subscribe is all we need to keep us motivated. My name is Abel, and I hope to see you next time.
So I hope you guys like that. Believe it or not, we did utilize her voice for something, and it was the growl part. And you know, that was awesome. I'm just teasing. That was actually me. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We try to make it a little pertinent to the situation or the times right now with all the fun and stuff. But I found it to be quite humorous. As you see, I'm still kind of laughing about that. And that's that. But the next bit of news that we have, we're going to be actually watching a little segment on John Richmond and a little history as to how he got started and how punk rock was what actually got him motivated, and specifically the fact that in punk rock in the 1970s, they all thought they could do anything and be anything. So let's listen to that. It's actually really interesting.
I suppose at heart, I'm still a punk. You destroy and then you create. You destroy and then you create. I see it as positive anarchy. To keep moving forward, you have to lose the past. I grew up in Manchester in the 70s. The 70s, I think, was an amazing decade. The music scene, the club scene, was fantastic in Manchester because there was this vacuum. We had nothing, so we looked to music. It started, for me, my first real experience of music was Northern Soul. Specifically, I have a fond memory of Sweet Soul Music by Arthur Conley. That was the first piece of music that really struck me. You like sweet music. Hearing that, it's like, wow, this is special. Bowie was something that became a god to my generation, I think. He opened the door to all the creatives of the 70s. To be there at the time, you know, to watch Bowie on Top of the Pops and singing Starman was a special moment which many people still talk about to this day. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us. The music was very important, the clothes were important, but you know, for the first time you had this person looking into the camera and putting his arm around his sidekick, Mick Ronson. It was breaking down doors. It meant that we could actually go out and wear makeup and get dressed up. And that led into, in the mid-70s, punk. You know, that first chord of Anarchy in the UK brings a sort of shift. In just a short space of time, you go from Northern Soul to punk with glam rock in between. Very diverse looks, very diverse attitudes. Punk is an attitude that, you know, I don't need to learn more than 3 chords. I can get up on stage, I can sing even if I can't. I can do that. It was really, I can. All this music and fashion is what really inspired me to get into fashion. The music was my DNA. So, end of 79, I left Manchester and I was looking for the light through the pouring rain. When I left university, it was like an ideal storm scenario where we were this punk, I can do it generation. So we didn't want to go and work for designers in Italy or Paris. We wanted to do it ourselves. In the mid-80s, I opened my first shop, which was on Newburgh Street, which is this tiny little street next to Carnaby Street. Having my own shop, I started to learn a lot. I built up this reputation of dressing musicians. I think musicians connected with me because I connected with them. They could feel my inspiration in the clothes. But I wasn't overawed about making clothes for these people. I was excited about it. The future of John Richmond, I view it exactly as I did 30, 40 years ago. It's just, it's another clean sheet of paper. Going to work tomorrow with this clean sheet of paper to start working on. I suppose in a way I still think I'm Peter Pan. You know, I've still got many, many years ahead and I'll really start working tomorrow. All been a game so far.
How interesting was that? And how young did he look? That punk rock, I swear. So I'm a big fan of punk rock. I grew up actually, believe it or not, I used to make skateboard trucks for Sector 9 and other companies. And so we used to do the Vans Warp Tour, and we loved it. It was always, thank you for the subscription there, Mr. Dino. So yeah, we did the Vans Warp Tour for 4 years in a row, and this was at the Fairplex in Pomona. And at the time, it could be anywhere from 60 to 120,000 people. We had Bad Religion, Social Distortion. I mean, you name it, they were there. It was awesome. So that's why, believe it or not, I love punk rock. But did you guys get to see all the celebrities that John Richmond has basically designed for? Amazing. I mean, wow. It's insane.
I want to talk so bad and I can't. I'm sorry, you guys. I wish I had my voice today because I'm so excited. They understand me. I don't know if you guys can understand me.
She's probably going to sound like a little whining person, but what she's saying is that she's under the weather. Obviously, you could hear it on her voice, but she's really excited because she also loves all this. So that's the reason why we're trying to limit how much she's speaking and bringing you guys a little bit more content that's recorded so that you guys see, in thorough as opposed to us, speaking all the time. And we will have something this week that we'll put out, and we'll basically be going back to our normal schedule per se. But the next thing we have was really exciting for me as well, actually for all of us. And it's in regard to the ShibEternity game. So we're going to go over a little bit of what Shaitoshi was talking about or chatting about in Discord. Okay, here we go.
Love you, Shy.
Yep, Shaitoshi.
He starts off by saying, "We are up against a shadowy force, a powerful set of interdimensional creatures that feed on FUD, work in secret groups, and utilize our misunderstanding of manifestation to keep multiple species under control. They attempted to enslave the Shiba Inu planet and many disciplines of Shibas before being destroyed in the First Ryoshi War. These ancient battles against centralization, FUD, and towards a more fair and peaceful world were against these demonic entities, the Shadow Cats." And you could actually see an example of those cards, one of them being the Shadow Cat Ghoul, and the other one the Shadow Cat. However, on our planet of Earth, the Shadow Cats have taken control of many unsuspecting humans and use things like music, food, and television to keep us manifesting a reality we don't want. One of imminent and total global destruction. While this quiet war rages on, the ShibEternity game is our first silent weapon to win. Over the upcoming years, I will explain the rich history behind ShibEternity that spans multiple planets and explain in depth more of the lore immortalized in the 500 ShibEternity cards. Now, although I have seen in my dreams the outcome of the Shiba Galaxy past, in which Shaitoshi states that we win, our present and future on Earth is yet to be completed, though it is prophesied that goodness prevails over Shadow Cats to manifest this winning outcome. I have imagined the world when we win this silent war, or where we win. A decentralized and peaceful society we call Shibatopia, a place where companies are decentralized, thousands of Shib entities on Shibarium and IRL give back to the community with every transaction, instead of companies making billions in profit and those funds disappearing into questionable pockets of wealth. Companies designed to give back to the community are co-funded and thrive in our future reality. This is true corporate social responsibility and the future of business. Most importantly, this point, true powerful decentralization is the starting point of the ShibaEternity game. In other words, we concentrate on what we want to happen, and it shall be. Millions of people concentrating on a powerful, peaceful planet in the future. While playing a game designed to be fun and generate revenue is literally a game changer. I hope this makes sense. This, for me, is more than a game. It's a chance to truly change the world. I'm going to pull away from my written speech for a moment and away from the esoteric back to reality. With your help, by simply downloading the game, which now we know is October 1st or the 2nd at the latest, we will be able to push the game to the top of the app stores and hopefully generate revenue from the gamers outside the Shib community. This is a free way to help Shib. But wait, how does it help Shib? Good question. One thing we want to do is burn 5% of all profits, period. That's huge. And then goes on to say, before FUD or scoff, look at the revenue of comparable games like Hearthstone and then do the maths. We won't stop there, but I have to stop here with the discussion of this aspect as my wording is being vetted by people smarter than me to make sure I get the terms and information exact. But needless to say, we will do more as expected. Moreover, we are actively working on a variety of tournaments for the game. I don't want to get too much into how those will work, but they may take place in person or via the app. We are looking for additional sponsors and have a venue picked out for our major showdown. This will be a few months out, so you have a fair warning to get your decks tight as possible so you have a fighting chance to win. And yes, there will be prizes. It's for all these reasons that I'm asking you humbly to download the game on download day. We will announce the day very soon, but it is less than a month away. This is a free way to help Shib. Our plan is simple. By getting a burst of downloads on day one of the game, we will pump to the top of the App Store, which will immediately help push the game to those who are curious. By getting outside of our immediate community, we grow Shib. For those of you who will immediately spam the room about when XYZ, everything is coming and coming fast. Please be patient. We need a strong showing here to help push all other efforts we have on the horizon. I appreciate every single one of you and love you all with my whole heart. One of the last things that caught my eye that he talks about, he says, occasionally I get messages like, bro, burn the entire supply of Shib. So I sat with Cal and we figured it will cost in the billions to burn Shib to get a truly world-changing significant rise in price. To do so, we have to implement a plan like the one you are seeing. It's funny, we are working on that, but getting and burning billions of dollars is no easy task. Trust me. Shibarium. Beta soon. Looking good. Lots to go. We won't rush it. Treat. Look for updates soon as well. Oh, so okay, there's a reference to Treat, so that's coming. And I guess there's a bit of a joke where he's like, whoever just DM'd me that we need a massive burn is exactly my point, shaking my head. That's pretty funny. He then goes on to speak a little bit about the metaverse. He states, we have an incredible world-class team working on the MV, and I cannot stress how awesome it will be. I am impressed weekly by the innovation and power our internal MV team and advisors bring to the table. Kudos to them all. Many of our other products like ShibaSwap 2.0 and ShibaNet have been wrapped into these other projects to ensure we have full decentralization that allows us all to grow Shib digitally and IRL. In the next update, I'll give the exact date for the download day. give more finalized details on rewards from the game, and give more information on the lore we all want to know. Now, by this point, we already know that it's going to be October 1st or the 2nd.
How exciting was that? We now know the download day is going to be October 1st, possibly the 2nd, just in case there's a little bit of delays. But also that 5% burn. People don't understand the impact on that. We got Hearthstone that is huge, and the gaming industry is in the billions of dollars. So imagine just 5%, up. Even if we were just even doing half of what these games are doing, we're talking about burning billions of SHIB, like literally billions of SHIB, that much quicker. So just think about that, and that is just from one thing, the game itself. So I'm really, really stoked on that. And the fact that another thing is coming, which is going to be a competition. So yeah, there's going to be a tournament, as Shitoshi had mentioned, that they have already looked into a venue, or already locked the venue. So it's going to be down the month a little bit. But guess what? We get to compete, and there will be prizes. So I'm getting ready. By the way, I have a little treat for you guys. No pun intended, although it's coming. There's going to be a video at the end of this that it's pretty much instructions as to how to play the game, and it gives you a little bit more of an understanding of how, of what certain assets or cards are going to be like, and things like that. So I'm pretty excited that you guys and we all get to actually start learning a little bit right before it comes here to the United States, and get that rolling. ShibWriter is saying that she's going to see you guys in the battlefield, but I have a hunch that I'm just going to kick her out first, so I don't have to worry about that, and then we'll just keep going that way. But the other thing that's really exciting for everyone that's in this community, in the Shiba community, is that things are starting to come in. We are now getting a little bit more from the developers. They are approaching everyone. They are talking to the community a lot more. And this is important because it makes us feel a little more cohesive, like we're all kind of together now. And not that we weren't before, but this gives us that sentiment, like a pat in the back, like, hey, we got you, we're coming in. So as for me, I love the fact that Queenie, Milkshake, Trophias, UB, everyone, all the devs, everyone had a huge part in letting everyone know what's coming, and also participated in the spaces. And that to me is really important. It shows the how dedicated they are to the community. Mind you, they're extremely busy working on everything at the other end.
Don't forget to mention that Discord is now open to everybody.
That is true. Discord is now available to everyone. It is open, so you could go through certain segments and basically listen in, or even sometimes get lucky and speak to the devs. Now, when I say luck, it's not because they're not going to talk to you. It's just that imagine there's how many people of us that would like to speak to Queenie, Milkshake, Trophia, Shitoshi, everyone. So that's the reason why I say you might get lucky. But hey, we're moving in the right direction. We know Shibarium is being done properly, as Shitoshi mentioned, and that's a great thing. ShibaSwap 2.0, and by the way, ShibaSwap 2.0 is being integrated already, and so it's not like another way, like, oh, Shibarium came out, now we got, ShibaSwap 2.0 and ShibaSwap 2.0 and ShibaNet, they're being integrated together, so it's not like an additional, okay, we finished this, now let's get started with this one and continue that. No, everything is being built almost like in tandem, so it's so that there is no hiccups down the line. So, and if there are, I'm sure it's going to be addressed. We got a great team out there, but I'm really excited because I want everyone to play the game. Mind you, please download the game. If you really want to, if you guys wanted burns, this is the chance now. We're given the opportunity to download and crash all servers. Let's make that our goal. And so that'll be on October 1st and possibly the 2nd. So one of those 2 days, just wait for that announcement. In fact, I'm, I don't know, but I'm probably going to be staying up for something, but really excited about that. But without further ado, unless you have something else you'd like to add.
That we might have somebody coming up this week.
Oh, that is true. We do have a special surprise that is coming this week. Someone that Shaitoshi mentioned on the Twitter space directly. So, I can't give the name just yet, but that'll be popping shortly as well. And of course, it's going to be in regards to ShibaEternity. Okay, so let's get started with the video.
Greetings, Shib Recruit. I am Ryoshi. Welcome to my dojo. I'll be in charge of your training. What is your name? Welcome. If you are here, you must have heard about our incredible past and want to get involved in our limitless future. Well, before you do anything else, you'll need to learn our game. You see, pleb, it wasn't always peaceful.
One thing I forgot to mention is that this game here, the instructions for this is 16 minutes long. So I just wanted to let you know, just in case, you see this, so it feels like it's almost forever going. It is 16 minutes long. I mean, we got to get thorough instructions. So I just wanted to let you guys know, okay?
Involved in our limitless future. Well, before you do anything else, you'll need to learn our game. You see, pleb, it wasn't always peaceful in our vast galaxy. We in the Shib army have had many battles that led to this state. To honor this story and ensure it's passed down for many generations, we play ShibaEternity. We Shibs pride ourselves on our rich history, mythos, and ethos. Your time in this dojo will be spent mastering our honorary game. This is your first Shiboshi. Shiboshis were first created to allow Shibs to fight without violence. Treat them well and protect them at all costs. Do so and they will return the favor by spoiling you with treasures. Your objective is to try to knock out my Shiboshi. But don't worry, it won't get hurt, and we'll be ready for your next battle. Got it? Do you think you have what it takes to beat me in our coveted game? Doubtful. This time, I'll simply guide you in this exercise, so you can learn the basics of ShibaEternity. But I may not be so forgiving in our future battles. Let's begin. Impressive work so far, Shib Recruit. I think it's time that you learn to turn the tide of battle with Shiboshi's unique abilities. Allow me to demonstrate. It seems that you have what it takes. You've shown true promise. Now it's time to unlock your Shiboshi's true potential. Your Shiboshi would seem plain compared to mine, but Shiboshis are not normal, especially after coming in contact with pure FOMO. There are 6 core traits that make up each Shiboshi. Activating these will activate the trait's true form that lies dormant within. Once the FOMO takes over the Shiboshi, we are simply passengers to its transformation. We have no control of the outcome. I've seen Shiboshis go through this process countless times, but it never ceases to amaze me. Surely you've got a name in mind. What would you like to name your Shiboshi? Activating your Shiboshi's dormant traits has unlocked their special Shib powers. We've found that certain traits activate certain powers, but as long as your Shiboshi has at least one of the traits, they have the ability to utilize it. Across the Shib omniverse, we've found many martial arts disciplines used by various species. However, here, we teach the core 6. The discipline you choose for your Shiboshi will give access to a set of cards, which have different abilities and play styles. Each time you recruit a new Shiboshi into your collection, you'll decide what discipline they're going to practice. However, for now, you'll start with the most basic discipline, Chujitsu. Once you have chosen this, there is no going back. So take your time to think about what Shib powers and trait cards your Shiboshi can utilize before deciding what discipline will best suit its capabilities. You can view the selected discipline cards, collected trait cards, and Shib powers to see what kind of deck and play style you can create. I think that's enough paw holding for now, Shib Recruit. Settle in, explore, and when you're more experienced, we'll have a rematch. Only next
So what do you guys think of that? Oh, sorry. What do you guys think of that? I think it, the one thing that sorry, I'm still laughing, that Chewbacca thing, or what is it, Chujitsu or something like that. That was hilarious. But so at the end, it ends like this. But there's going to be another part that this week I'm going to be releasing, and it goes a little bit more in depth towards the advanced skills. This here is kind of to give you the premise as to what the game is about and how you play it, and you get to defeat the other Shiboshi. Now, one thing that I forgot to mention is that, and to be honest, this is it's quite interesting. So if you think about how the game is being played, it's really strategic. You're going to be receiving cards that each are going to have different power levels or different abilities, and the fact that you're utilizing kind of like Pokemon, I guess, to Go per se, and some other elements of other games. You get to challenge them and directly either take out their Shiboshi or their deck of cards, which affects, I guess, the overall health of the Shiboshi or the other or the opponent. So imagine when we start playing this versus the world. It's going to be so exciting. Oh, and the other thing is, yeah, absolutely. So to play, you actually don't need to pay. But there are a lot of things that you could actually purchase in game that would allow you to, have access to other weapons, other things. And the cool thing too that I saw in this is that you can name your Shiboshi and even style it. That was pretty cool to see. So those, in my opinion, and mind you, I'm not much of a gamer, but I'm really looking forward to this. And also, before I forget, John Richmond is actually, I'm sorry, not John Richmond, Mr. Volk is actually having a competition. And this competition is going to be a 30-second, I believe it's 30 seconds. Yeah. Like a promo or something, a commercial. And whoever designs, I guess, the best one or whatever the criteria they deem to be the best one will earn $5,000 worth of Shib. So I know I'm going to try. I'm sure there's going to be some other people that are going to, have some amazing videos. But that's pretty cool. I like the fact that they're actually bringing in people to work, on this from the community. And you never know, we might have someone that we know within our spaces come up with a $5,000. So that's pretty exciting. The last thing that I'm going to cover here is the importance of downloading the game on download day. This year, if you think about it as a form of marketing, it's huge. Apple would have to advertise that this Shiba Inu game or ShibEternity game is going to be #1. So, like Satoshi said, if we could do one part, and that is to download the game on download day. It doesn't cost us anything, guys, and we want those burns. So let's take advantage of the fact that we've been given one simple tool, one simple thing to do. And if you're not a gamer, if you got kids, we got kids too. And so I'm just going to give it to them like, hey, download this. Have everyone and every device that you guys have download everything, because it is going to burn 5%. So, and this comes from the profits, not from the revenue. A lot of people think it's from the revenue. It's not the right thing. In fact, when I was reading what Satoshi read, he directly says revenue, and I'm sorry, profits. If there were revenue, it doesn't quite make sense in the business world, because remember, there's overhead costs and there's everything else that comes along with making the game. But from profits, that makes sense, because you never know what the overall expense was for something, and it also allows for other things to be developed and to pay off other ideas or things that may be coming in the near future. So keep that in mind. With that being said, we're gonna keep this one a little bit short. When I say short, it's almost close to an hour. But we wanted to bring in some information for you guys, especially the ShibEternity game, John Richmond, because come on, the guy's a badass, punk rock at its best. And everything that Satoshi had said in Discord. Thank you for assisting, for being here, and for for liking, or if you like the show or the segment here. We appreciate if you guys hit the like and subscribe so that we could bring you more of this content. Thank you once again. Bye-bye.
That's enough.